This match of the Digital English Olympics.
Today is gonna be a little something more. I've got a plan in mind, a special thing in store. The light bulb inside my head said, get out and play, 'cause you never feel this way. It's my lucky day, it's my lucky day, it's my lucky day, my lucky day.
I think the most incredible thing about BEO is the opportunity to know people of different countries with different cultures.
You test your skills in an incredible way.
It's more than only a competition.
I'm having one of the best times of my life. It's unforgettable.
My lucky day, my lucky day. Don't need a pot of gold, a rabbit's foot or to be told. It's my lucky day, it's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. Oh, 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 oh. It's my lucky day.
If I had to describe BEO in one word, it would be experiences. Unique,
Incredible.
Unforgettable.
Happiness.
Memorable.
Diverse.
Amazing.
It would be extraordinary. Remarkable.
Wonderful.
Life-changing. Friendship.
Don't need a pot of gold, a rabbit's foot or to be told. It's my lucky day, it's my lucky day.
Hello and welcome everybody to this big day. How are you doing? Hey. Okay. I see some happy faces, some nervous faces. That's no problem. My name is Natalie and I'm going to be your host for today. And I have an amazing co-host, Juanpi.
Hello, everybody. Today I will be your co-host, so this will be a great day. Let's have fun.
Exactly. And first of all, I want to introduce you to our amazing judges, who are Roxana Antohi, who is the head of academic team at Oxford Education.
Hi everyone, really nice to see you all. We're very excited to see your final presentations after all these weeks of hard work. Good luck to all.
Thank you very much. And Monica Sherry, the academic coordinator at Oxford Education.
Hi everyone, it is an absolute pleasure to be here and I can't wait to hear what all of you have to say.
Thank you very much. So this call is actually live streamed on YouTube right now. So say hi to everyone watching us on YouTube. Hi. Perfect. So before we start everything, I would like you to rename yourself with the house that you're in. For example, in Ardingly, you put in an A and an R / your name. For Christ Hospital, you put in C and an H and your / your name. For Lansing, you put an L and an A / your name. And for Ondel, you put an O and an U / your name. Did you guys get that? Is everyone changing their names? Yeah, I see a lot of you changing their names. Perfect. Okay. Some are still missing, but that's no problem. Okay. We're gonna give a few more seconds for you to rename yourself. Remember, for Ardingly, it's an A and an R / your name. For Christ Hospital, it's an C and an H. For Lansing, it's an L and an A. And for Ondel, an O and a U. Okay. I think we are almost ready. Juanpi, what do you think? Are we ready?
I'm ready. I don't know you guys, but I'm pretty excited for this day. I'm waiting all this week for this Friday. I don't know you, Natalie.
Me too. And I'm super excited. So I think we can start now. So you guys are going to present in an alphabetic order. So it's first Ardingly, then Christ Hospital, then Lansing, and after that Ondel. Okay? So, like I said, our first campus of today is, the drum roll for everyone, Ardingly. Please, can you guys present yourself? Every one of you. Who wants to start?
Yeah, sure. Hello, I'm Tomas Moran. I am from Santa Maria Marianistas in Lima, Peru, and I'm very excited to be here today, and I hope that we can all give amazing presentations.
Perfect. So say the next person that's going to present themselves, please, from your house.
Sure. Next can be, looking for ARs. Paulina, how about you?
Hi everyone, my name is Paulina Fischler. I am from Colegio Rayanes, and I am really excited to be here today. And the next
Thank you very much. I'm going to continue.
Scarlett.
Hi, I'm Scarlett. I'm from Liceo Apodaca, and I'm really happy and nervous to be here. Who else is from ARDINGLY? I can wait.
Come on, guys.
Juan Pablo. Oh, there's some Marcela.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Marcela. I'm from Liceo Javier, and I'm very excited to be here. I wish you all the best of luck, and I know we're all gonna do a great job.
Perfect. We're just missing a few. Okay. I think we're missing some.
Hi, I'm Lucia Sanchez from St. Paul College in Costa Rica, and I'm really excited to be here today with the rest of my campus, and I hope everyone has a good time and wish everyone good luck.
Who's going to present themselves next?
Hi, my name is Ana. I'm from Unidad Educativa Particular del Pacífico, and I'm very excited to be here, and I'm a little bit nervous. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.
And if I'm not wrong, there's one person missing. Am I right? Juanpi, did you hear everyone's name of Ardingly?
I'm not sure. I think that there's someone missing.
I think so too. So
I lost my connection, so it probably could have been me.
Okay, sure. Present yourself.
I'm Clara Todorov, and I'm from Colégio Sérios in Brazil, and I'm pretty excited to be here.
Perfect. So, Ardingly, did you guys read the rules? Yes? No?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, perfect. So right now I'm going to read 3 of them to all of you guys, so pay attention. The first one is, you must start your presentation with, we will now begin our presentation, and end it with, thank you for your attention. Okay? Perfect. The second one is, a good sportsmanship and fair play is expected from all participants at all time. A penalty, like a certain amount of money of the budget, can be enforced by the host or the co-host if this rule is broken. Continuous disregard for this rule can result in a red card, where the participants addressed will be banned from the call and the international challenge. So, no offensive message or pictures to any country, person, or religion, no bad words in any language, and no racist comments or picture. Okay, and the last one is that the campus that wins the international challenge will be awarded 12 points to the total number of points at the end of the group phase. So, did you guys get that? You can make like this or like this. Okay. Now we will tell you something super important, right, Juanpi?
Absolutely.
Okay, so when you guys have 5 minutes left, because you're going to have from 10 to 15 minutes. So when you guys have 5 minutes left for your presentation, we are going to hear this sound. Thank you. And when we are missing 2 more minutes, we are going to hear this sound. And when our time is over, we're going to hear this sound. Okay, so did you guys get that? Okay, so now inhale and exhale. Juanpi, if you can help us with the presentation.
For sure.
Guys, you know how to start. You just tell us when.
We will now begin our presentation.
ARDINGLY presents a complete educational system with clear objectives and themes that will help our new generations to go out into the world full of knowledge.
I think that her internet must have. Okay, I'll just continue. To go out into the world full of knowledge and to be able to handle themselves by their own means. Consequently, we introduce the topics addressed by this educational system, how it will be done, and what resources the students will count on. Furthermore, we present the problems of the current educational systems and what are our solutions for them. We now present our mission and vision, as we consider justice, assertiveness, good judgment, and ambition to be the 4 main pillars of success. We will now seek to teach our pupils the way of ARDINGLY, the way of words and persuasiveness. Since the creation of the house, students have been known for their excellent communication skills, and that's something that we still consider crucial in our teaching methods, along with an integral view of the world. Graduates leave with a skill set that will give them the advantage over any competition. They will learn to be the best learners from the best teachers in England. Charming, passionate, loyal, wise, persuasive, and amazing speaking skills are the characteristics we are sure to give to boys and girls attending our educational institution. You can pass the slide. Now, regarding our budget, considering the various different factors that have gone into our budget, which has a total of £10,190,118.75, we have made several investments into our school system that we believe will provide students with the best experience possible. You can pass another slide. We have implemented a grand total of £10,179,483 in various areas regarding school. This includes heavy investments on teachers, directors, and classrooms, while also making sure that our facilities, utilities, and administratives have a high quality. We are prioritizing the aspects of the school that will apply most to our students' learning. Next slide, please.
The next slide, the one that says problems. Yeah, okay. So when talking about problems, schools are facing major challenges. According to most teachers, according to most students, teachers tend to prioritize memorization and the ability that they have to recall facts. In this way, students are not learning what they are taught. Rather, they tend to memorize the facts, and they will end up forgetting everything. In result to this, there are big stigmas regarding mistakes. In a way, the students feel as if they are not allowed to make any kind of mistakes because of how much pressure adults, when talking about parents and teachers, put on them, which contributes to the worsening of the students' mental health. On the other hand, there is a lack of education about necessary daily topics, such as values, finances, animal rights, sexual education, and that's just to name a few. And because of this, there is a little connection between content and real life. meaning that the students are not connecting what they are taught in schools with real life problems. And last, but definitely not least, students are aware of the low salaries and extended work hours that teachers face, meaning that they are not motivated enough to work in such important things as talent development, making the process of teaching not student-centered, meaning that students are not allowed to learn what they want. The next slide, please.
Now, talking about the talent development, we encourage our students to step out and share their creativity to the world. All their programs are going to be divided by courses, that each one of them have a final resolution. The final project can open so many doors for their careers. We have our virtual portal where the teacher explains their classes in episodes, and they upload them so whether the student can come or doesn't have the time, they can spare time of the day to watch the class on a flexible scale for everyone. Now, talking about the sports program, there's a goal that is encourage physical activity, including the participation of all students in the physical and healthy ambit. The sports program includes football, basketball, baseball, martial arts, volleyball, tennis, gymnastics, rugby, and track and field. Now, about the program, it's going to be an extracurricular course where students will develop their abilities and participate in school athletic activities. For more meaningful engagement with their education and their health, as same as the arts program, there's going to be a final resolution. Now, the school can make things such as celebrating fitness festivals to encourage students to take care of their health and well-being. Now you can move to the other slide.
We also believe in practical learning. In ARDINGLY, we strongly sustain that didactic approach to teaching is an assertive approach to life. This is why our education system encourages the use of not only theoretical, but practical methods of evaluation. This way of evaluation is learning will aim to increase the stimuli students undergo to form better responses. This aspect is fundamental in our system, regarding that real life isn't a recital of concepts or memory recited contest. Besides the complementary evaluations, we'll encourage teachers to include interdisciplinary projects and real-life oriented exercises. The previous projects are essential in students' development since life consists of a mixture of branches and not a single subject. Furthermore, we view it as critical for each student to graduate with skill set that will grant them independence, such as home management. Next slide, please.
Also, it's important to talk about psychological integrity. Mental health is crucial for the performance and well-being of students. However, depression, anxiety, and stress are becoming more prevalent in recent generations, so schools must be prepared to offer safe spaces for students. That is why once per week, each student will have a 20-minute session with a school psychologist where they will be able to work through their problems with special ed guidance. Additionally, we will provide vocational counseling to help students decide what careers they want to pursue starting at the junior years. Next slide, please.
Okay, so in regarding social development, the International Baccalaureate or IB program, we consider it to be important because it's an educational program which will help where students can participate for 2 years. It will prepare them for higher educational levels, mostly universities. Nevertheless, organizing a Model United Nations team will also help to teach diplomacy, since you will have to support and speak for countries with opinions in different topics divergent from your own. Furthermore, Model UN teaches skills of negotiation, conflict resolution, and cooperation, while also fomenting leadership, research, and writing skills. Moreover, people who partake in Model UN have to do speeches in front of everyone in the room, making it a great way to overcome fear of public speaking, apart from also making you more fluent and charismatic when you give a speech. We also think that it is important to set up conversation groups where students can talk about current issues, giving themselves the time to listen to different points of view, and to contrast their opinions with those of others. Also, we believe that giving back to the community is an amazing experience and a manner of learning about the world and how we can make a difference. Our students will be involved in different activities ranging from teaching other children that can access the best quality of education, all the way to supporting the environment by cleaning public areas within and outside of campus. We believe that learning about the wider world and different people and cultures can help people understand the importance of diversity and equality in our world. Next slide, please.
Life preparation. We treat preparing our students for adult life as a huge priority, so we offer them special courses covering topics that tend to be neglected by other schools. Financial education classes will teach them how to manage their finances. Health and nutrition and sexual education classes will teach them how to care for their bodies. Foreign and sign language classes will give them expert communication skills. And lastly, students will be offered job opportunities and internships based on the career they desire to take, giving them real life experience and helping them decide if they're comfortable with the career they picked.
Next slide, please. Ecological awareness. Teaching the students about the environment is essential given the impact humanity has on the planet. In order to teach students about the harsh conditions in which natural habitats are being subjected to, we will provide them with ecological field trips. This will include educational value while also proving that it is possible to carry out projects and don't destroy the environment. By teaching sustainable techniques and caring for the surrounding bodies of water and green areas of the school with the students, ARDINGLY will contribute to a greener future for our next generations.
Next slide, please. In regards to weekly workload, we predict students will have 34 hours of classes a week. High school students will need to take 18 mandatory weekly classes to cover essential subjects, but they are otherwise free to choose which courses they would take, allowing them to pursue the areas of knowledge that are of interest to them. Furthermore, we at ARDINGLY are proposing a new grading system that is better suited to our students' needs. At our school, grades will be determined by 2 final projects assigned by teachers, plus an in-class grade, which will be determined by factors such as students' behavior in class and attendance. This format will allow pupils to gain a much more nuanced understanding of the subjects, and it will push students to develop greater communicative capacities that will prove invaluable in the future. We value each student's unique talents. We want to make sure that we are testing them in a way that respects their differences and actually prepares them for the world. Next slide, please.
What makes us unique? We give our students real-life experiences, inviting our pupils to live in a more independent way, where they can learn how to live on their own one day. ARDINGLY will push students to develop a close relationship with writing and speaking, so they are capable of expressing themselves and presenting convincing arguments and ideas. Instead of pushing students to conform, we value all of their unique talents and skills, and we help them to find their true strengths. Schools might push students to a more traditional way of learning, but ARDINGLY, we seek to be the actors of change. Moreover, we can have a collaborative learning environment due to the pupils preferring to work in teams. One of our main pillars in the formation of the pupils is to form members of society who seek original and ingenious ways to change it by innovating in their own fields of study.
Right. Next, please. So in conclusion, as our students grow through the high school life, we want to do the same with them. Our mission is not only to give our students a diploma or teach them about math, because that is not what education is truly about. Our mission is to give them experiences, real world experiences that help them in a personal and professional way. That is how productive and contributing members of society are formed. Memorable moments in classes in which they learn about the real world will allow our students to grow and learn and to become better people. ARDINGLY is known by the sociable and assertive students they form, and that's a tradition that we are going to keep. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, wow. You did an amazing job. Right now, again, inhale, exhale. You did it. You are ready. You presented your presentation, and now the judges are allowed to ask you one question.
So just from my side, I did not see much evidence of like the crisis management. So I was wondering, how did that impact your work when it comes to this challenge? It seems to be more focused on the original design. So I would like to get a bit more insight into the crises themselves.
Yeah, sure. So thank you for the question. So we wrote a lot about the crisis in our essay to the investors, and basically our main idea was to implement a hybrid system at this moment in time. We are aware that the pandemic is posing many economic and social controversies throughout the world and in the United Kingdom. So we thought that the best way would be to have have the students go to the presential class in intervals. So the lower grade students would go on Mondays and Wednesdays, I believe, and the higher grade students would go on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and all of the students would go on Fridays. The days where they wouldn't go would be done in a virtual manner. And that was going to be our main idea. Other than that, there are obviously cuts to the budget that were taken, and we have also implemented different salary cuts to the members of the teachers and the board, and also tuition reductions towards the parents.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Judges, the time was 13 minutes and 2 seconds. Okay, so thank you very much, ARDINGLY. Please keep in the call, and you're ready with this, okay? So we are going to continue with Christ Hospital. Can you guys present yourself? Just say your name and then pass the ball to the other person so they can also present themselves.
Hello, I'm Agustina from Argentina, and well, of course, I represent Christ Hospital. Jimena, do you want to continue?
I'm Jimena. I represent Christ Hospital from Costa Rica. I don't know if Faith wants to go.
Hi, I'm Faiz from Oxford International in Panama and Christ Hospital, and I'm excited to be here, represent my house. Leonardo, do you want to go?
Hi, I'm Leonardo Gonzalez. I represent Christ Hospital and I'm from Mexico.
I'm Rafael de Lavos. I represent Christ Hospital and I'm from Brazil. I hope everything goes well.
I'm Natalia from Colombia and I represent Christ Hospital. I hope we make a great job.
And I am also Natalia. I'm representing Argos Preparatory Academy and I'm from Mexico.
Perfect. So remember, guys, to start your presentation, you have to say our presentation begins now. For the next slide, you say next slide, please. And when you're finished with it, you say thank you for your attention. Okay? Yeah, again, inhale. Exhale, and Christ Hospital, the floor is yours.
We will now begin our presentation. Next slide. We are the Lions House. Our values are tradition and ambition. Next slide.
As the Honorable Winston Churchill, ex-Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, once said, never waste a good crisis. Next slide.
Christ Hospital was once the greatest campus, full of courage and bravery. Christ Hospital would defend those who couldn't defend themselves. However, that bravery turned into pride and pride into arrogance. The ideas that represented Christ Hospital slowly disappeared. But we are here to change that. Next slide, please.
Upon the massive social distancing the world is facing, we realize that it's time to go back to our roots. Christ Hospital original values and include them in our ways of education. That is why we created a system that brings together students from every socio-economic class and provides the best education. teaching all the skills and subjects that our students deserve and need to learn for a successful future. Next slide. No.
Investment justification. First of all, director. A school cannot function with a good director. The director has a crucial role in the development of a public understanding of goals of a school and appropriate teaching content and methods. Therefore, we are making a greater investment on this area. We would like to give them the A+ category because we would like to have a school well organized and a good educational system in which the directors are in charge to maintain. Teachers. As an institution, we decided to invest more on teachers due to the fact that they are the base of our educational system. Teachers simplify the complex and make abstract concepts accessible to students. Our main purpose is recruiting, training, supporting, and retaining teachers in the best possible way in order to be happy and successful with their jobs. Our teacher salary will commensurate with the role they play in our society and with the skills and preparation required to assume the responsibility of teaching. Without a good teacher, the learning process is impossible. We have the A+ priority of investment due to the fact that teachers are one of the most important factors for students to have a good education. We believe it serves as a motivation for them to continue working. Administrative. A successful school is much more about teaching. While good teaching and learning are crucial, the administration that underpins it's the key to provide a well-rounded education that enhances the whole child. School operation teams ensure that students' daily needs are met, that they receive healthy and nutritious meals, sleep, and learn in a safe environment, and receive appropriate medical care and mental health support. Without administrative roles, the educational sector will not be able to function efficiently. In this case, we decided to invest in an A type due to the fact that although it is important, the school platform will answer most of the needs of administrative attendants. Next slide, please. Security. As an institution, we believe that security of our students is our main goals. However, with this situation of the pandemics, most of our students are attending classes virtually. Therefore, the investment of this area can be reduced for the moment. We choose A because right now during the pandemic situation, following the safety guidelines and our student security is our priority. IT. The main support and base of our educational system is technology. Therefore, we are doing a greater investment in this field. The pandemic did not stop us from continuing providing education, in this case, virtually. This is why we require an A+. We are using the best platforms and staff to manage these technological areas in the best way possible. We prefer a good IT staff for students so they do not have to worry about technological problems or issues and facilitate learning through the internet. Our main idea is that when the pandemic is over, to still make use of new technology, bringing them to our classes. This is why the use of smartphones and obviously making use of the existing platforms. Additionally, technology provides different opportunities and benefits to make learning more fun and enjoyable in terms of teaching the same things in different ways. Maintenance. Schools have a legal duty of care to ensure the health and safety of staff, pupils, and site visitors. School facilitate maintenance helps to ensure the school buildings are clear, orderly, and safe, soft, efficiently, and institutionally supportive. As we know, maintenance is very important for our school. However, for us, it's very important to educate children that are self-conscious and self-clean. In this way, that's why we invest in B type. Next slide, please. Supports develop a sense of friendliness among the children and develop their team spirit. It helps children to develop mental and physical fitness. However, due to the pandemic, supporting staff are still needed. but not in the same functions or necessities as before. We decided to put B investment due it is stable area of education that does not need much maintenance. Next slide, please. Classrooms. Classroom environment is one of our most important factors affecting student learning. Such environment provide relevant content, clear learning goals and feedbacks, opportunity to build social skills and strategies to help students succeed. Although our current educational system is virtually, sooner or later we will need to go back to our classrooms. Classrooms need to be full equipped for when students return to school. Even though we are not using classrooms, we will want the classroom to be in the perfect state when we return to a good academical environment. This is why we invest in the best quality facilities to our students. It's our main goal.
Labs. Although labs and research are important, our school does not focus on the teaching of that area. Due to our actual situation, labs will not be as intensively used as before, and there are more important things than them. This is why we decided to give this area a lower investment. Art and sports facilities. Playing a sport is not good only for our physical, but also socially, whether it is baseball, football, basketball, or even softball. The interaction between individuals help children better understand the people and their surroundings. Also, art in school enriches, improves, and inspires students. It makes them see the world in a more colorful way. Also, art makes students learn to make decisions. This is why we decided to invest in an A type because it reaches important areas in the development of students. Change slide, please. So our budget that we have from what we have mentioned. Change, please. Software. The main goal of our educational plan is to provide a great use of technology. The primary benefit of using software in the classroom is that it offers students a wide variety of options for learning, solving academic problems, connecting with classmates, and having complete control of their experience. This is why we'll give this tier an A+. Utilities. Education infrastructure is crucial for learning environments in schools. There is strong evidence that high quality infrastructure facilitates better instruction. Public utilities are also important for the well-being of the community. Things such as supply of water, light, power, transport, and communication are essential to every one of us, to all of us humans. This is something mandatory for every school, and we as an institution take it very seriously. Supplies. Education is the first step overcoming poverty. We're an institution that cares for the quality of supplies and materials that our students and teachers may need. Therefore, we're making a greater investment in this area. Supplies are especially needed for everyone in school as the tools to do our work. Without the tools for standard education, school cannot keep their students engaged. Change slide, please. This is our budget. Change slide, please. So here we can see the calculations. And finally, we use a budget of $9,346,858 with $1,841,231 pounds, in savings. Change slide, please.
Our solution. We propose to create a learning app that have access to internet and an electronic device, make their classes while protecting themselves from this pandemic situation. This app will help students have contact with their teachers while taking their classes as video or actual video calls. Also, they will have material support for complementing their educations that teachers may give and check. Next, please. How much does it cost? To create an app with this excellent interface and right set of features and functionalities, you need to hire a team of specialists, including business analysts, project manager, front-end and back-end developer, UX and UI designer, Android or iOS developer, and a QA engineer for app testing. Determining an accurate cost of the education app has never been an easy task, as there are a number of factors influencing this cost of development, including the complexity of the app, features, functionality, choice of the operating system, developing time, and more. However, the estimated cost of developing an education app with basic features is starting from 20,000 to 200,000 pounds, depending upon the needs of our school and the team we'll hire for the app development. The rough estimation of the number of hours it will take to develop, which can be directly calculated with the per hour cost of the developer, which is from 80 to 190 pounds. Next, please. Learning Together is the name of our app. It is a modern educational platform that supports a deep focus of teaching and learning. The robust features of Learning Together helps to enhance teaching and learning beyond the physical classroom. Our app unfolds lectures and learners so that they can engage wherever and whenever they want. LT is breaking down barriers to learning, simply and reliable doing what you need to do and getting out of the way. Every day, anytime, anywhere. LT is an effective communication tool that allows instructors and students to actively collaborate through a next generation, interactive approach to video and audio media, passive video into an engagement collaborative experience. Video doesn't have to create passive students. It sparks dynamic discussions and electric engagements. LT is planning to engage and empower learners to collaborate and interact with the content by allowing them to share comments and give feedbacks. Dynamic video creates opportunity to make learning more active, providing a platform for students who might otherwise be passive and non-participatory in class to make them interact and participate. Students say the most impactful engagement strategies involve hands-on structures and experience-based learning. To keep students engaged at this time, needs to be intentionally designed, creating meaningful interactive experiences between faculty and students that be critical to continue students' engagement. Next, please.
Our model combines synchronic and asynchronous learning, also having classes recorded, which leads to a flexible schedule. This can help students to have some spare time to practice hobbies. Online classes reduces the risk students might find in face-to-face lessons. Easy and timely, they will be able to join their lessons wherever and whenever, transforming geographical limitations into new educational opportunities, as well as an extensive use of the virtual resources, looking forward to induce empiric learning, such as simulators, labs, and using knowledge required to solve real-life situations that truly enhances comprehension. On the other hand, getting rid of time disadvantages of heading up to school can be genuinely used in improving the learning process. This means more time in class, less time trapped in traffic jams. Not every scholar learns in the same way, so taking that into account, we invest in facilities for them to learn at their own pace, being able to go back to explanations and write exercises to ensure their comprehension of their topic. Next, please.
To conclude, our campus Christ Hospital offers a superior educational system. Using our main values, courage and confidence in all of our decisions, we have developed a technique focused on the quality of virtual teaching and giving priority on the facilities for teachers as well as for the students, especially during these hard times of pandemic. As portrayed in our investments, we center in a program where investors, parents, and students are assured to receive an education of excellence with the most distinguished educators and instructors. Having our app Learning Together, we can guarantee all of our students an accessible and interactive way of learning during this pandemic. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you very, very much, Christ Hospital. And now the judges can ask you one question.
Hi, everyone. Thank you very much for that. I love the fact that you've chosen to invest a lot of your budget in teachers. I think that's fantastic. One thing I was wondering, and I'd like you to explain a bit about, is why you said that there'd be a focus on student security.
Because maybe we wanted to, of course, that we proposed that maybe in a future we will go back to schools and we will have security for our students. So we will not pay less, in this case, invest less. And also maybe because in a virtually way, like not only physical, but technological, not having problems with technology, maybe do not be late for classes and everything.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, guys. So, how are you doing? Just make like this, like this, like this. Perfect. Okay. I want to see everyone. Okay, okay. So, I think I'm seeing a lot of nervous faces. What do you think, Juanpi?
Yeah, and I have to say that the time of this team was really awesome. They like have just 1 second after the time, because their time was 15 minutes with 1 second, and it was awesome. I love the presentation.
Exactly. Judges, the time was 15 minutes and 1 second, how Juanpi said. But I still see some nervous faces. So right now, imagine everyone in YouTube too, and everyone in this call, do it. So imagine you're in front of a lemon tree, okay? So you are going to reach out for the lemons. Come on, guys. Reach out for the lemons. I want to see everyone. Everyone. I've got a lot of people who are telling me who's doing it and who's not. Reach out for them, okay? Stretch those arms and reach out for them. Okay, now you grab them and you have them here, okay? Perfect. So squeeze everything out of it. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And after you're ready, you're just gonna shake it off. Throw the rest away that you're not going to use. Perfect. Okay, so I think right now we are going to be in front of an orange tree. So again, reach out for the oranges, reach out for them. I want to see everyone also on the YouTube channel, reach out for them. Grab them, squeeze them very hard, squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them, and throw the rest away. Just throw it away. Throw, throw, throw. Whew. Okay, perfect. I see you guys are a little less nervous, right, Juanpi?
I'm too a little less nervous.
Ooh, yeah, I know. It feels relaxed. Am I right? So, right now, the next house is going to be Lansing. So, guys, can you present yourself? Just your name and then say the next name of the person who's going to present. How about we start with Giovanna?
Hi, so I'm Giovanna. I'm from Colégio Pentágono from Brazil, and I'm really happy to be here. So maybe the next person, Alejandra.
Hi, I'm Alejandra Ricardo from MC School. And I'm really excited to be here. And so maybe the next person can be Mayra.
Hi, my name is Mayra Espinosa. I'm from Colegio Tamaulipas, from Mexico. And next one can be, let's see, I think that it's Valeria.
Hi, I'm Valeria Velasquez. I'm from St. Peter's Academy from Honduras. I'm really excited to be here. And the next one, I think, is Bruno.
Hi, I'm Bruno from Escola Dinâmica in Brazil, and I'm really happy to be here. The next one can be Joaquin.
Hi, I'm Joaquin Lanuse. I'm from Colegio Los Alamos. I'm from Argentina.
Perfect. Thank you very, very much. So guys, did you read the rules? Okay, perfect. So exactly the same. You're going to have from 10 to 15 minutes, 5 minutes. When you're still having 5 minutes, there's going to be a sound When there are 2 minutes left, there's also going to be a sound. And when your time's over, there's also going to be a sound. You start your presentation with saying, our presentation begins now. For the next slide, you say, next slide, please. And for the end, you say, thank you for your attention. So Lansing, it's your time to present.
We will begin our presentation now. Next slide, please. Well, throughout history, things have changed. People, structure, concepts, but after almost 500 years of schooling following similar methods, characterized by a face-to-face information sharing in classrooms, followed by studying and testing on recall, the educational system has shown no indication of changing. But have you ever wondered if this method is actually effective? Well, for the past month, we've been asking ourselves the same question, and the answer is no. It's not effective at all. Education nowadays is just based on studying by memory and not actually on learning. Next slide, please. The only education that has any sense at all is an education toward critical self-reflection. Theodor Adorno, Education After Auschwitz, 1966. Next slide, please.
In a world where we have access to a sum of human knowledge in a matter of seconds, we have to make sure on answering the ones that have been asked for years, if not decades, in schools. That's why we came up with this revolutionary way of learning, a response to a rapidly changing world and new challenges, a key to a brighter future. During our process, we passed through many difficult situations and crises. For example, we had to write an essay persuading investors to continue investing in us. And after this activity, we wrote an essay persuading the investors to continue investing. We won $460,000 pounds, which changed some of the areas we invested in. We've also passed through a trade center where we needed to convince the other campus to agree in one single proposal, which made this compromise with what was decided there. Even with all these challenges, we came up with a final proposal, which we will present to you today. As the House of the Ambitious, we believe in 5 fundamental pillars: academics, arts, sports, global affairs, and humanities, with the hope that these in conjunction will help build free-thinking citizens with an understanding of their role and importance in society. Next slide, please.
In the academic area, projects and debates will be more valued, constituting the major part of the student's grade, since we consider tasks a less effective method of performance evaluation. Next one, please. In the arts department, short movies and music clips will be filmed and evaluated in class, together with plastic arts, sculptures, paintings, drawings, and etc. Next one, please. In the sports departments, the class will range from basketball and football to the subjects of mental and physical health, as well as challenges of motor coordination. Next one, please. In the area of global affairs, trending polemics in the world will be discussed upon thorough research, and last but not least, in the area of humanities, subjects such as culinary, self-defense, citizens' rights, and responsibilities will be covered. Next one, please.
Accordingly, our system of education will be based on interactive classes, which will include lessons taught by students, debates presented by research, group projects developed during class, and slide presentations. Those will heighten their curiosity and initiate greater tolerance, therefore creating lifelong, free-thinking, ambitious, convicted, excellent, and compromised students, citizens, and learners. Besides, our students will compete against each other in a safe environment, of course, not affecting their grades or evaluations, as we value more the process than the final outcome, encouraging every step toward the right direction. In these activities, disputes and failure will be taken as an opportunity to grow and improve. Also, persistence and competition are two ingredient keys of learning, and so this will be key into our students. The truth is, we want our students to never give up and always step out from the comfort zone. We firmly believe they all have a strong spirit and determination. That is why we impulse them to compete and make the maximum efforts. Besides, if they do not win, we know it's not the end of the world and we always support them. Students also be encouraged to take advantage of their own surroundings, and teachers will be instructed to use their creativity and apply games such as Jeopardy, trivia, and rallies to their game programs. We want the students to make and stand out into everything they put mind into. This is why we're pushing them always to excel. Furthermore, we believe in forming independent students capable of choosing their areas of interest and including them into their specials. Next slide, please.
We have talked about how our classes will be and how our educational system will be structured. However, we need to talk about when these lessons will be taken. Our original plan was to have a 6-hour schedule. However, we've been taking, however, as agreed in the trade center, our new schedule will be 8 hours long every day, from Monday to Friday, and will include 4 compulsory subjects, which will be maths, science, social studies, which include history and geography and languages, which will include grammar, essay, and foreign languages, as well as literature. These classes will be taken in the morning every day, so on daily basis, students will have lessons about these 4 topics. Next slide, please. We will also have 4 non-compulsory subjects, 2 of them being elective classes, which will range from arts to sports, facing through global affairs and humanities, as well as 2 advanced classes, which will allow them to dig deeper into their areas of interest. This will be taken in the afternoon. Next slide, please. As the student can decide which elective courses they want to take, the classes will be mixed. So, for example, in the morning, they will be classrooms A, B, and C. In the afternoon, the students of these courses will be divided into different groups due to the fact that they can choose which 2 elective subjects they are going to take. The same happens with the 2 advanced classes, so the students will have the opportunity to work with different people, consequently opening their minds. Next slide, please.
However, in order to reshape the educational system for the better, we must replace the old with the new. For this, we ask you to invest in Lansing with the promise of better quality teachers, facilities, and resources. First of all, by choosing an A+ director and administrative staff. Next slide, please. A+ security and A+ maintenance. Next slide, please. As well as an A+ sporting staff. Alongside with A-tier teachers, we will prioritize our students and ensure they receive a high-quality education from instructors capable of adapting to the different styles of learning and teaching, and of course, adapting to a global pandemic. Adding this up, the total money spent to staff would be, next slide, please. £5,531,800. With that in mind, we opted for, next slide, please. A+ classrooms and A+ art facilities. Next slide, please. A+ sports facilities and B grade labs, which in total make up, next slide, please, £3,415,200, Without forgetting our A+ utilities previously, next slide, please. Our A+ utilities previously mentioned, our strong facilities in combination with our better utilities are bound to provide students and teachers with everything they need to awake the curiosity of our pupils and guarantee the efficiency of our classes. I understand you may be a bit preoccupied with our B grade labs and C grade missed supplies. However, our exceptional staff, utilities, and other facilities will make up for this in the time being, since we hope that with your support in the future, we can improve our least invested areas. Next slide, please. Additionally, our school will provide A+ software and IT staff, ensuring that technical difficulties are scarce. And in the case that they do arise, we will be able to handle it quickly and effectively, especially now taking into consideration the pandemic and the virtual nature of our classes during quarantine. Bringing this section to a total of, next slide, please, £1,490,258. We conclude having a total of, next slide, please, £10,576,258. Next slide, please. With a total remaining of £530,564. Considering 85% of our emergency budget plus the $460,000 we won on the emergency essay, this money will be intended for any emergencies along with this other safe 15% intended for profit. Next slide, please. Therefore, we would have £2,490,592 left for any emergencies and profit. Next slide, please. And of course, considering the financial difficulties that teachers and parents are passing through, we would use this emergency money to give 40% discounts to parents, as well as offer scholarships to encourage students who have proven their merit. Even though we would have a 30% salary reduction with teachers, we would use this money to provide them a better working space and other benefits such as discounts and tuition. Next slide, please.
So, in conclusion, we believe that education is not only about acquiring knowledge and skills, but hopefully these bold reforms crafted with the best interests of learners will provide a new mentality, a mentality in which we can not only teach but learn differently through different methods, such as debates, presentations, and social activities, as already mentioned before. Also, where we can apply the knowledge we get inside of our classroom into our daily lives, and somehow make an impact on future generations, making a better tomorrow. We hope you help us make history by investing in our school, which will finally, after 500 years, revolutionize our educational system. Next one, please. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, I was on mute. I'm sorry. Thank you for your great presentation, guys. You're ready now. Exhale. You've done this. You don't have to be nervous anymore, okay? So just think of the lemons again if you want to do it. And let's continue with our last house for today, who is going to be Andol. Guys.
Before we move on, can we ask a question from the judges' side?
Yeah, sure.
Thank
sorry.
you. No problem. And we were just curious, when it came to your curriculum, you mentioned that you want to include Jeopardy games. And we were wondering if that had anything to do with how much you enjoyed Jeopardy games during the competition, or was it something from beforehand?
Of course, it had everything to do with the competition. We've enjoyed this so much that we definitely took that into account because education should be fun.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Roxana. And judges, the time was 13 minutes and 10 seconds. for you to know. And yeah, we can continue now with Ondol, who is going to present themselves first. Remember just your name and then pass the name.
Hi, I'm Sofia Gema from Argentina. And maybe Aranza, would you like to continue?
Okay, my name is Aranza Taberneiro and I'm representing Instituto Santa Cruz from Venezuela. David, you can go if you want to.
Okay, my name is Davi. I'm from Colégio Múltiplo, Brazil, and maybe Maria can go now.
Hello, my name is Maria Fernanda. I'm from Colegio Mexicano in Mexico. And maybe Julie can.
Hello, I'm Juliana Rodriguez from St. Peter's in Costa Rica, and I'm really excited to be here. I don't know who's left from our house. I think that's it.
Hi, my name is Stephanie. I'm from Panama, from Instituto Cultural, and I'm very excited to be here.
Okay, thank you very much, you guys. We are very excited that you're here today. And so remember, you're from 10 to 15 minutes. There are going to be 3 ding-dongs or bells that are going to tell you how much time you have left. You start your presentation with "Our presentation begins now." You say for the next slide, please. And for the end, you say thank you for your attention. So you guys, the floor is yours, Ondol.
Okay, our presentation begins now. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are Andal School, and we are here to show you the pitch we prepared for the International Chapter. Next slide, please. These are all of the topics we are going to mention during our presentation. Next slide, please.
Next slide, please. Next one, please. At Ondol, we wanted to leave behind all the traditional way of teaching. And with the pandemic problem, we realized that we have to create something new, modern, dynamic, and different for students to don't feel forced to learn, but to enjoy and feel interesting of learning. We want students to take advantage of their time at school, and also give them tools that will be beneficial for them in the future. We want to give our pupils all the opportunities to express themselves, and also be successful people later on. Next one, please.
Okay, so the educational system we planned consists on dividing the school into different levels. These are primary school and secondary school. Inside each one of these 12 years that the children are going to experience, there are going to be 5 divisions with around 17 students each. Next slide, please. We need our teachers to be modern and creative with classes and projects, and we want them to have a connection with the children because we believe that's the best way of learning. We're going to use the pass or fail system because we do not like the idea of classifying the kids as if they were a number. When we're talking about teaching strategies, we're going to use the project-based learning system that consists in an innovative way of teaching in which the students are presented with a problem and they have to solve it in groups. And this problem is usually interdisciplinary and they have to come together to a conclusion regarding it. When it comes to concluding a unit or a trimester, we want to approach the evaluating process with creative and motivational projects. Next slide, please. We're going to have 22 subjects altogether. 11 of these are going to be mandatory, such as history, mathematics, or geography, and the other 11 are going to be eligible, in which they can choose between 5 different languages, sports, and programming. As regards to the school clubs, we're going to make at the beginning of each year an assembly in which the students can present the different clubs they want to create, and after that, they will vote and we will approve or not the different proposals they present. Next slide, please.
We can think of the current pandemic or the many climate issues that affect our planet as a catastrophe or as an opportunity to create a meaningful impact for the better. In Ondol, we believe the current generation of students and the ones that follow are the ones that will help create such a positive impact, not tomorrow, but today. That is why we want to adopt the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development Goals set by the United Nations General Assembly. This agenda aims to work as a blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for everyone. We plan to make this agenda an integral part of the UNDO academic curriculum so that our students take its teachings and put them into action. Next slide, please. With what Sophia said in mind, we want to create a hybrid schedule that balances a core curriculum with elective subjects so that owners are able to explore their particular interests and help them jumpstart their university studies. In the schedule we designed, the day consists of 8 hours with 7 40-minute classes and a 50-minute break. The first 4 class periods are assigned to mandatory subjects and the last 3 class periods for elective classes and the clubs. Next slide, please.
Now, as I'm certain all of you know, the world is going through a huge crisis, which is why the system mentioned before has been modified and adapted to the current circumstances. Of course, our first priority is the quality of education that our students receive. Next slide, please. As a result of the pandemic and the need to prioritize the best education possible, some monetary sacrifices and budget cuts have been made. For the teacher staff, there will be a 30% reduction in salary. And for the parents with whom we're extremely grateful, there will be a 40% discount in the tuition. This is a way of showing you that we understand that these are difficult times. The next point is the suspension of on-site classes. This was demanded because of security and health measures in order to avoid getting sick. Sad to say, there is uncertainty of when we will return, which actually leads me to my next point. How are we teaching from a distance? We have made sure to give our teachers a thorough digital training so that they can give the students the best possible education they can through a computer. Each subject, respectively, will be adjusted to the conditions. My partner will explain to you more in depth our platform elections. Next slide, please.
Nowadays, we are facing a global crisis that affects every aspect of our lives, including education. But this doesn't mean we have to stop our learning process. Since we're not able to have on-site classes, to avoid a gap in the students' development, we have come with a solution, online classes. As a proposal, we display a set of principal apps and websites we can rely on not to only have classes and deliver assignments, but to help these students and teachers to perform better under these circumstances. For class, we have Zoom that can be used in order to facilitate the face-to-face interaction, and Google Classroom so students can have a platform to present their task. For a more dynamic class, we have websites like BrainPop and Kahoot. As a support for classes, we have Khan Academy and BEO. And on the other hand, we have platforms where you can study individually or guided by a teacher, such as Duolingo, Grammar Smart English, and as an extra help for students, we have apps like Quizlet. The online class schedule, as previously mentioned, on-site classes has 8 hours, but as an alternative for online classes, we insist on 4 to 6 hours daily. This reduction is because virtual classes can be tedious and unhealthy and can also cause loss of motivation because of the lack of face-to-face activity. We have to persevere because remember that our present situation is not our final situation. Next slide, please.
Next slide, please. For facilities, we update the old ones for new ones. First, we have the classroom. The classroom will have tables and comfortable chairs for students who don't feel any pain and can pass all the class see. We will also have whiteboards and teacher desks. Now we have the canteen. The canteen will be a big space with large tables and chairs for students to enjoy their lunch that they bring for home or they get from the cafeteria. Gym and field. We will have a gym where the PE classes will take part and a soccer field with running tracks around. The basketball and volleyball teams will have their practice at the gym too. Next slide, please. Study, commons and teacher rooms. Study rooms will be closed rooms where our students can go for study in their free hours or include hours. In common rooms, students can go for relax and have fun with their friends. This place will be also used for clubs. And teacher rooms is where the teachers go to plan their classes and get ready for them. Labs. We will have 2 labs, one for chemistry and biology, and another one for robots and computers. We will provide them all the material for the classes. And also, we will have a safety security system for all our students. Next one, please.
Okay, so to make sure the children are safe at all times, we decided to take the following measures. First, we're going to give access card to each person in the campus for them to go to the different sectors of the school. Secondly, we're going to install a special lock system for each classroom that, in case of an emergency, will lock the classroom and it will only be able to be opened from the inside. And finally, we're going to assign guards in all exit doors so the outdoor community feels constantly safe. Next slide, please.
Dress code. In Ondo, we believe that students shouldn't wear uniforms because we don't want them to feel forced to use something that they don't want or they don't feel confident. So we have things that we can use and things that they can't use. For example, they can use sweatpants, hoodies, polos, t-shirts, and things like that, but they can't use some real pieces. For example, crop tops or mini skirts. Next one, please.
Next slide, please. So, as you were aforementioned, here in Aldo, our education is priority. For that to happen, we decided on the features that suit our view the most. When we initially started our budget, the £2 million decrease had already been imposed, so we considered that in our first draft. Considering our savings, which are 15% of our budget, we had £10 million to spend, which we focused on what we consider would aid our education the most. That meant that we had to cut a few expenses on some matters. First of all, we decided to give sports facilities a C, because although physical exercise is indeed very important, our school leans towards more exact science. In our vision, having better professionals and okay facilities was the best option, so we put a B in staff. We awarded software an A+, because we believe technology is the path to a new future, and we think our students need to be digitally literate. A dilemma in our financial managing were the laboratories, since we think STEM curricula and R&D are key in our educational system, but we still have to face the budget matter, and we thought it was best to spend money on director, administration, teachers, and classrooms, for we consider them slightly more crucial for our students' education. Luckily, we had the £380,000 increase thanks to our essay result, and that enabled us to spend more money on a few topics. Next slide, please. For starters, we raised a few categories to A+: directors, administration, IT, classrooms, supplies, and utilities. We thought that IT is essential to a tech enthusiast school, and with heavier IT support, we'll be able to expand the limits of our technology. Regarding classrooms, supplies, and utilities, we consider it appropriate to invest in them to offer the best experience possible to our pupils. With the new investment, we also had the opportunity to grant Oundlers better sports and arts facilities, attending to the needs of a diversified student body. You'll probably notice there are still £500,000 unspent, and that is because even though we do have almost 2 million saved, we wanted to have some money that could be spent freely had we any kind of adversity, or if you wanted to embark in any new project. For example, I don't know, buying VR goggles, which was in our plans. We wanted money that wasn't a reserve, like our 15% savings. Next slide, please.
So why choose Aundo? Next slide, please. In Aundo, we look for students with leadership capacity who will think critically and judiciously when making an important decision, whether it is in a personal manner or a decision for the benefit of the team. All of this, along with students who meet the expectations in everything Aundo means, for example, being aspirational, having the eager to learn, and avoiding arrogance. This is why we take education and the formation of our students extremely seriously. After all, they are part of the new generation that will lead the world and take on any challenge thrown at them. This is why we value in Aundo.
So, how do we promote creativity and innovation? Well, we encourage our students to think for themselves as apply their knowledge. As Sophia mentioned, PBL plays a huge part in independence, critical thought, and group work. Fine arts are also a tremendous means for students to build on their creativity and capacity of thinking differently. Although we don't have a focus in arts, as I said, we consider it to be an important part of the student's development. And for those who want to delve deeper in this world, this opportunity exists. Moreover, we also prepare our pupils to live in a world surrounded by technology, which is vital to any successful career. Next slide. I'm sorry, no next slide.
We believe there is no better learning experience than experience itself, because many things cannot be learned in the house of a school or the pages of a book. We think Ondol is more than just a campus. It's a way of learning who we are as individuals, how to live not just for ourselves, but for everyone. We do this by analyzing and understanding the world around us and taking meaningful actions to the benefit of real global citizens. As Albert Camus said, real generosity towards the future lies in giving all to the present. Ondol is not the school of tomorrow, but it's the school of today.
Lastly, we want to mention some very valuable things we learned as a group during this project. We learned how to use some of the most important things Outlook has taught us. Working as a team, we all discussed and analyzed each point to come to present the proposal you just witnessed. We came together as a group and overcame unexpected challenges. We had experiences we will cherish for the rest of our lives. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much for your presentation, judges.
Hi, thank you for that. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I found the focus on modernity and critical thought to be great. One thing, I found it very interesting that you chose to have a pass-fail grading system. Could you explain to me why you chose that particular system?
We chose this system because we believe that it's not necessary to tell the children if they are 10 or an 8 or a 2. We prefer telling them if they know the necessary things they have to know or if they need to study a little bit harder to pass.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you for that.
Thank you very much, judges. The time was 14 minutes with 28 seconds. And Juanpi, what do you think about the presentation?
I love this presentation. It was almost perfect. Just that they missed my OTCC and GIR on the server platforms. I was
That's
waiting for
so
them.
true. That's so true. But okay, guys, today 4 houses presented their international challenge. So congrats to you guys. You can all applaud, even your microphones are off. That's good. Congratulations to you all. And I'm really, really excited how you did this. You did really an amazing job. And now I've got actually some questions for the judges. Yeah, I want to ask you, how did you feel about the overall performance of our participants?
Rox, would you like to go first? Okay, I'll go. I thought it was incredible, the amount of work that has obviously gone into this, and it was an absolute pleasure to watch how you all kind of collaborated and came up with such interesting and fantastic plans that were clearly very well thought out. So I thoroughly enjoyed this whole process. Thank you for that.
And what really impressed me was, like, I don't know if you guys remember at the beginning when we had the opening ceremony, I said that you are all strangers, and by the time you actually get to the final presentation, you will get to know each other a lot more than you expect. Well, I think that's exactly what happened, and just seeing you actually introduce the next person, like, just showed like you guys like have like actually formed a team and have bonded. And just to put these presentations together and to work together over the past few weeks, I bet a lot you've learned a lot from it. And thank you so much for everything. Like, we really enjoyed how you performed, but I also really appreciated how you worked together as well. So well done.
Thank you very much. And I've got another question. How do you feel about the general vision of our participants about the future of education?
Again, I thought it was really well thought out. Yeah, I loved this focus on where education is going, I loved acknowledging that, we will be using more online learning platforms. It's a shame gear and the OTCC weren't mentioned, but that's fine. And yeah, it's an exciting time, I think. And yeah, I could tell that the students had considered this fact.
And not only that, but they also considered what 21st century education should include. And it's not necessarily like, I mean, obviously mathematics, physics, and all these subjects that you already study at school are important, but there's so much more to education than that. And like the focus on mental health of students and just various exercises that like will develop them as people. I really enjoy that, and I really hope that you guys will be able to apply that in your own education in the future, because it's extremely important.
Yeah, it's impressive what the guys have made. And I've got one last question for you. And would you recommend the students anything for the future?
Well, the one thing I would recommend is to actually learn from this experience, from like the research that they have done, and to appreciate not only the facilities that they have at the moment, because I mean, at your age, it can't be easy to like deal with like, I don't know how many millions of pounds of budgets and like trying to figure out whether an administrator is like better to have than a teacher, and like what priority you should have. So I'm sure like most likely when you'll go back to school, you'll see it, you have a different appreciation for those people in particular. And secondly, I also think it's important to keep in mind like the suggestions that you've already like made like now in regards to like education, your educational system or your curriculum, or how you want students to be educated, and potentially work yourselves towards like implementing that in your school one way or another. I mean, you have so much power, more than you can think or you believe. So I definitely think that you should do your best to try and use that from here on. Good luck.
I couldn't have said it best myself, and I'm not going to try. I agree with everything that was just said.
Thank you very, very much. So guys, you did an amazing job, every single one of you. Really, congratulations again. And well, always give the best of yourself, and the best will come to you. Don't forget, keep competing. Bye, guys.
Bye.
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 Have a
Thank
great
you.
weekend. Bye.